Hey guys, and welcome back to another video on the RoBuilder YouTube channel. Today we're going to be finally doing a highly requested thing, changing the coins in our line runner game. So right now, every zone has the same coins, and they are the toxic coins, because when we started the game, it was just going to be like a toxic line runner, and then we had the idea for zones and everything like that. As you can see, all the assets are now made for this zone, so I'll probably work on that in a very soon future video. But we need to make a toxic coin. I do have a new base for the coin, so I'm not using this base anymore. As you can see, I'm using this one. It just looks a little bit better to me, so yeah, I'm gonna have to remake the inside of the toxic coin. But we're gonna make one of those. We're gonna make probably like a palm tree inside the coin for this zone. That would make the most sense to me. This one will have a sucker inside the coin, and then this one either a cactus or I wish the 8-bit dino, honestly, but I don't know if I really know how to make that, so I'm not sure exactly what I'm gonna do for this one yet, guys, but I am gonna go ahead and get it started. We also still have to make bridges for all these zones, which is a whole nother, I'm starting to get better though, guys, so I'll really be able to get back full building, full force very soon. So hop in, let's make some coins. We need 4 coins, so I'm just gonna do Shift D to duplicate. Boom, and then I'll do it one more time. Shift D. There we go. So we'll have our 4 coins: beach, toxic, candy, and like the dino offline runner game. I'm gonna go ahead, start making the assets for these, and then I'll show you how I'm gonna get them into the coins. All right, so to start things off, I'm gonna do the sucker one because that one's just gonna be like incredibly easy. I'm gonna move this down to 8 sides because I don't it definitely doesn't need to be that big. Grab this, we'll scale it on the z-axis. This will be like the stem of the sucker, like where you be holding on to it at. Now we'll do Shift A. Do we want it to be smooth or kind of blocky? I'll do an icosphere. Why not? Move that up to the top, just like this. Scale it down. Probably something like that. Looks pretty proportional. Now we're going to duplicate this, move it up, scale it like so until it's like on the outside of the sucker, like this. SZ, something like that. Now we'll move it down just a hair as well. So there's a sucker. Very nice, very easy. Boom, shade smooth. And then auto smooth. Make sure we click on everything. There we go. Cool little sucker. I don't know if I want this to be like a little better, so I'm gonna add a bit of a bevel on it, and that's just gonna make it a little more rounded. Looks a little bit better that way to me. So we're gonna join this together. Control J, scale it down, and we will put it inside the coin. Now we want it pretty centered, which is right here. Let's scale it down a bit, and I want to rotate it a bit so it's kind of at an angle, just like that. As you can see, it's on both sides of the coin. And I'm going to do SX to get the stem to kind of poke through. You know, I really probably shouldn't have separated it yet, because now I need to kind of shrink this, but not the stem. So I'm going to shrink this kind of flatter. And there we go. We have our sucker coin. I'm also going to do there we go. All right, that looks a lot better to me. So sucker coin's done. We're cooling, we're good. We can move this down just a hair as well. Up next, what do we want to do? We could go ahead and do our line runner, our offline dino coin, because that's just gonna be a cactus, and that's very easy. So cylinder, I'm gonna make this 5 sides because I do like the kind of uneven look. Now I'm gonna go ahead, grab this top face right here, bring it up, scale it like this, extrude, scale in. Something like this will be our cactus, guys. And now I'm gonna do Shift D to duplicate this face, SZ to kind of scale. No, I'm not. That's probably not the best way to do it. I'll just spawn in another cylinder. Can rotate it, scale it down, make sure it's up in here so it looks like an actual cactus. Boom. And I'm just doing Control click to kind of do that. And then we will scale in the top here, bring this down a bit. There we go. And this line here, we'll scale this one out to give it like a little stubby kind of look. And then we'll just kind of add this. We'll press L, Shift D, and just duplicate it to the other side. Something like this. Now we do want it to be a little bit different, so let's scale it down. Something like that. And then we will grab the top face, turn on our proportional editing, grab it, and then just kind of move it a little bit. So something like that. And we have a little cactus, so shade smooth, auto smooth. These are just coins, so they're gonna be like super simplistic and low poly, but it's all good because I think it does the trick. Let's rotate this guy a little bit, move it up so it's nice and centered, and move it this way just a hair. And I think we're gonna have to make it just a little bit wider. So S and X, there we go. And now we have our cactus coin and our candy coin. up next, we got the toxic one. So for that, I am going to bring in a reference image because I don't know how to make this off top. So I'm just going to go to image and then reference and then go on my computer and find what I want to use. I'm going to use this guy right here, make it a little bit bigger and move it over this way. And we're just going to kind of trace this with our cube method. So cube, bring that over to here. Need to be in vertice select mode and then Alt M at center. And now we have just a single vertice. Let me turn off proportional editing. All right, so I can't really see it from this side, but I'm going to flip it around and I can easily see it from this side. So that's what I'm going to use. And I just kind of have to move this over it. And then I press Control and right click, and I'll just be following these around very simply. Like, I'm not going to go too into detail, but just right click while holding Control and it'll make vertices. And then at the end, you'll just press F to fill in the face. I'll show you guys. All right, guys. So I finished up one. I forgot to unpause, but I just pressed A to select everything and then F, and that fills in the vertices. And then I just pressed Shift D to duplicate, rotated it this way, Shift D to duplicate again, and rotated it this way. This one is a little bit off, so let me just kind of fix that up just a little bit. There we go. And now all I have to do is the exact same method for these right here. So I'm going to do Shift A. We're going to bring in a cube, be on vertice select mode. We're going to put this like pretty much where we need it at, like right here. Alt M at center, and we will have a single vertice. Now I have to flip back to the other side because this is the side I can see it on now. And all I'm going to do is Control and click, Control click, and go all the way around this. It's like the easiest way to model something. I don't know if it's like frowned upon or not, but I hope not. I'm gonna go through and I'll be back right when we finish this little logo. All right, guys, so I made it to the end of this. Once again, you just click this, make sure you're on vertex select mode right here, and then you're just going to be pressing G, and it will automatically connect. I'll press A now. As you can see, it selects all of this, and I will press F to fill. And let's move this kind of over to this side so we can actually see. Looks good to me. I'm going to do Shift D, rotate, put it up on the top, and just finish lining this up, and then we'll make it into the actual coin. All right, so your boy is here. We can delete our reference image now. We're just going to press the I to kind of get rid of it off of here. What do we have here? What is this? Oh, I think this is when I was doing it, and I couldn't see it because it was on the other side of the photo. So we can just delete that. Let's grab all of these and press Control J. There we go. That's going to join everything together, and then we're going to add a modifier called Solidify, and that's going to help us a ton because as you can see, it's just kind of oof. Also, is this a vertice back here? I just saw something like right. Okay, I think we're good. All right, but anyways, we're going to grab this, and if I go into this mode right here, and I click this and go to face orientation, as you can see, one of these sides is not like a face. So on this side of the coin, it would be invisible in Roblox, and on this side, it would be A-OK. But let's grab this and add a Solidify modifier. Just like that, and as you can see, both sides are all good. Now, thickness is going to be pretty thick, okay? It's got to go through a coin. I think right there is pretty good for me. And I'm going to go ahead and turn off face orientation. And there we go, guys. We have a perfect little, like, bio, whatever this sign's called. We're going to apply that. So now we have this, and we just have to scale it down and put it in a coin. I'm going to set its origin right. There we go. And this is this coin right here, guys. Scale this down. Try to fill up like a good bit of the coin, though. I think right there is pretty centered. Let's see what the other side looks like. So it's not poking out on either side yet. Oh, it is. It's just way out here. All right. Now S and X to scale. Make it poke on both sides. There we go. And now we have our biomatter coin, or whatever you want to call it. Last but not least, we need to go ahead and make our palm tree coin. Now, I hate making palm trees with an actual passion, so I'm just going to bring the one in from the Roblox game and into Blender and use that because, nah, I hate making some palm tree. Maybe a treasure chest, or maybe even an X marks the spot. That would be a pretty cool coin too. Let's do the X marks the spot. That's really, really easy, and it won't be too repetitive because there's none of those in the game there. So we'll just do that. Cube. Luckily, guys, this is about to be so easy. I've never been so happy in my life. Just bring this out. Shift D. R90. Now we have our X. Control J. Well, it's a plus right now, but you know, it'll be an X. Looks pretty centered to me. Let's go ahead and make it so it fits on both sides of our coin. There we go. We can bring it out this way just a hair. All right, there we go. Now, guys, we just have to rotate this a little bit so it's an X. Nice. And we have our coins. So I think we're all good. Let's go ahead and texture these, and then we'll get into the goods, okay? It's going to look real good in the game. So UV editing. Going to go ahead and open up one of our texture palettes. Now, I always like to give credit. This was made by Imphaza. I don't know how to say his YouTube name, but he's another Blender YouTuber. He's the one who made this color palette. It is in my Discord server. If you want the palette, it's in there on dev resources, but to make it very clear, I did not make the palette, okay? It is free to use though, like he's giving it out to everybody, so I'm just kind of the messenger for it. Now, for the X, I was kind of wanting to do like gold, like all gold, so just different shades of yellow, but I don't know how good that's gonna work later on, but we're gonna try. So this will be like a bright up here, or should I make them the colors of the zones? Like, I feel like since all of them are gold, like, they should all be kind of the same. Okay, here's what we're going to do. I have a better idea, guys. We're going to grab everything, all right? Check this out. So, L, grab all of this stuff, all of this in here, and all the cactus over here. We are going to do all gold. I don't want to change colors too much because then it's, like, kind of strange. I feel like since they're gold and you're actually getting money from everything, we don't need to really change colors. So we're going to have a kind of a darker gold on the inside. So it'll go dark here. All right, so now we have all of these the same color, and we're going to take these faces. So let's grab the face here, 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 and here on both sides. And these are going to be a bit lighter of a gold, and then the outside of the coin will be back to the same gold that we used for the rest of this. So I guess we should kind of click everything and then only deselect the faces, because that'll be the easiest way to make everything the same color, like this. And then we're just going to go over here, AS0, boom, and make this kind of a darker gold. Something down here looks good to me. And then we will click the insides of the coins and make those a lighter shade, like more of a yellowy color. AS0G, and then we're just going to put it like towards the top of this one. Now all we have to do is go ahead, click on everything, and add in our material. And as you can see, it looks very good, guys. Like these are pretty nice coins. They all have that same theme, that same aesthetic, and I like them. So I think that's going to wrap up the video. Now, I can't put these in the game. I'll have to wait for the scripter, but I like them. They look pretty good, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Have a great day. Later.